G'day viewers, welcome to my Bonza channel and this week's Laughaholics. Unfortunately, I missed last week's Laughaholics because, well, just had too much in my hands. So to make up for it this week, I'm not going to tell you one joke. Nope, I'm not going to tell you two jokes. No, I'm not even going to tell you three jokes. This week, I've got 4 killer blonde jokes for you. And I'm going to leave the funniest one right at the end. There's this blind guy, he's at the bar, and he yells out to the bartender and says, "Hey mate, do you want to hear a really funny blonde joke?" And then the guy next to him in a hushed voice says, "Hey dude, before you tell that joke, just keep something in mind. That bartender's blonde. Also, just down the way a bit is the bouncer, and he's blonde too. Me, I'm a 200-pound black belt, and I'm blonde. And the guy on the other side, he's a huge wrestler. And the guy standing just behind you, he's massive as well. And mate, we're all blondes. So just think about it. Do you really want to tell that blonde joke?" And the blind guy says, "No, mate. Not if I have to explain it 5 times. Now for my second blonde joke. There's this blonde and a husband and they're watching the news. Newsflash. 6 Brazilian men die in a skydiving accident. And the blonde starts sobbing. "That's horrible," she says. And the husband, a little confused, says, "That's right, honey. Yes, it's sad. But they were skydiving. They all knew the risk involved." And the blonde says, "Yeah, I know, but a Brazilian of them. How many is a Brazilian anyway?" Blonde joke number 3. There's a blonde, a brunette and a redhead who all work at the same office. That night, their female boss decides to go home early. And the redhead says to the other two, "Hey, why should she get to go home early? Let's all go home too. She's never going to know." So they all agree to. And the redhead gets a bit of pruning done. The brunette, she decides to go to the pub. And the blonde, she just goes home. And as she walks in the door, she finds her husband having sex with her female boss. So she quietly exits the door, closes it gently and leaves and returns home at the normal time. The next day, all 3 of them are at work again. And the redhead says, "Wow, man, that was fantastic. We should do it again sometime." And the blonde shakes her head and says, No way. I nearly got caught last night." Finally, there are 2 bored casino dealers waiting at the craps table when a very buxom blonde from Alabama rolls up. And she decides to bet $20,000 on a single roll of the dice. And she says to the 2 casino dealers, "I hope you don't mind, but I feel really lucky when I play topless." And with that, she strips down to her waist. And with that, she throws the dice and she yells, "Come on, this southern girl needs new clothes." As the dice bounce to a stop, she starts jumping up and down in joy. She says, "I won! She then hugs both the dealers, collects the clothes and all the winnings, and she leaves. And the 2 dealers stare at each other, dumbfounded. And one of them says to the other one, "Hey man, what did she roll?" And the other guy says, "Are you kidding? I thought you were watching." And that's it, guys. I really hope you liked this week's Laughaholics. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you for next week's Laughaholics. But that won't happen unless you have subscribed. If you're not already a subscriber, you can do that down below. Just hit the subscribe button, click on the bell and select all. Because if you don't do all those 3 things, you won't get notified of future jokes. As always, guys, I loved having you here. I hope to see you next week. Until then, look after yourself and keep well. This is Peter from my Bonza channel signing off. Catch ya.